So I wanted to begin by talking about a koan from the Blue Cliff record. It's number 27, and it's very short. A monk asked Uman, when the tree withers and the leaves fall, then what? And Uman answered him. He said, the body is exposed to the autumn wind. I don't think I chose this deliberately because it's autumn, but it does connect a little bit. We are in the middle of this seasonal change right now. So perhaps this is appropriate. A monk asked Uman, when the tree withers and the leaves fall, then what? And Uman answered, the body is exposed to the autumn wind. And it would be easy to see this as a metaphor for aging or for time passing or for the dying season or for our need to let go in order to realize our true nature. Here we are at Shambhala, this venerable Buddhist institution that's been here since the 70s, that of late has been rocked with scandal and change and uncertainty. But what's next for Shambhala? And here we are as Eon Zen Center, and I don't know that I have the count exactly right, and I probably missed a location earlier on, but we might be in our 6th location. We've moved around a bit. And what's next for us? After 20 years of practice in Boulder, not to mention the years before that, but and I don't have a count, but probably 95% of the people that I've practiced with over those years have either left the practice, left the area, or died. How long before I wither and my leaves fall off? So we can see Uman's expression underscoring this truth of impermanence or of change or of certainty, uncertainty, and the need to let go. That's on the surface of this koan, of this story. But I think Uman's offering us so much more, or perhaps so much less than that, isn't he? What else? What's next? And how do we know? Because we're talking about, metaphorically talking about autumn and, getting older and so forth, let's say. Should I live in an anticipatory way, expecting what's next because Uman foretold it for me? I don't think so. The way I encounter this story is there's something much deeper and much richer and so much more poignant about this, so much more intimate. I almost have to ask for your forgiveness on this, because a number of times in talks, I've made the reference to something Maizumi Roshi said over and over again. And I'm certain Gyoto Sensei had the pleasure of hearing him say it to him directly. I did, and he would say, "Appreciate your life." It's the title of one of the great books on Zen. Appreciate your life. And what I always say about it is, you know, after you've done some work on yourself and you've done a little bit of, self-help and improvement, and once you're a better person, appreciate that life. He didn't say that. He said, appreciate your life, this one, exactly like it is. When I made my notes, I used that word exactly. And that's an intimate word also. Exactly like my life is right now. Appreciate and cherish that life. Not a fantasy life. Not a life of, when I'm better at being Geoff, I should appreciate that. This exactly is huge. It's an enormous thing. I mean, if I'm really honest, how many things about my life would I love to change? I even have a list. I'm not going to show it to anybody, but I have a list. I don't believe in my list. That makes me happy that I've let go of believing in that. But I know what those things are. Maizumi Roshi asks us to appreciate our lives exactly like they are right now. Right now, right here. One of my favorite pictures is The Last Samurai. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but I overlooked Tom Cruise in this movie because it's such a great picture. And earlier in the narrative, Katsumoto says, the perfect blossom is a rare thing. You could spend your life looking for one, and it would not be a wasted life. What a wonderful thing to say. It sounds noble and worthy of our effort. And it's deserving of that combination of warrior and artist and poet and Zen person that Katsumoto was. But then later, in the autumn of his life, and Katsumoto was dying, he says to Algren, as the cherry blossoms are falling, perfect. They are all perfect. What shifted for Katsumoto? Did he see the body exposed in the autumn wind? Did he find the perfect cherry blossom? And in fact, it was all of them? Or was it something else? And was he wrong earlier to expend that effort? Last week we talked, I think it was last week, we talked about effort. To expend that effort to try to find the one. Spend his life trying to find the one perfect cherry blossom. Was that a mistake? Or was that the way that he got to perfect? They're all perfect. Personally, and I'll keep this part brief, but my life has changed immeasurably in the last couple of years. And withering from the koan, withering is, leaves fall. And the wind is getting a little colder on bared branches. This is how it is. It's not going to go back. So I'm called to appreciate this and to embrace my life just like it is. And to be perfectly honest with you, frankly, I'd rather not. I'd rather be 29 and full of piss and vinegar. But I do this anyway. And not in a fatalistic or a stoic way, or a samurai way, or out of resignation. This is what we're all called to do, I think. This is my opinion, so take it as that. I'm joyously hobbled for the time being and limited, and sometimes heartbroken and resentful, and sometimes joyously hobbled. My work is to wake up to all that. Our Zen practice, moment by moment, is one of embracing just this busted up hoof, things as they are, without judgment, without clinging, without preference, without commentary, without aversion. And how simple that is. And at the same time, how tender and poignant, compassionate, and painful it is too. It doesn't seem to me that our practice is about denying that. I just don't want to stick to it. Autumn is complete, just as it is. Trees wither, leaves fall. The body is exposed to the cold and the wind. And it's all perfect. Thank you all for listening.